Welcome to the Transformation Institute's podcast for change. Here is our host, OMARI JAHI Aton.
Hey, what's going on, Facebook and YouTube family? I'm your host, OMARI JAHI Aton. Welcome to the Transformation Institute podcast for change. I'm sorry, y'all. I got my tablet on YouTube. But welcome to the Transformation Institute podcast for change. I'm your host, OMARI JAHI. My co-host, Miss Vanessa. Give it up for Miss Vanessa and Miss Kim. Thank you guys for being on tonight. As y'all know, we have a super important conversation that we want to have tonight. We're going to be talking about Trump sending in the National Guard and ICE to Chicago. It's supposed to happen this weekend. I don't know if it's supposed to be Friday or Saturday, but I'm hearing that it's supposed to happen this weekend. Hey, Bam, welcome to the show. All right.
Let's be back. Let's be back.
Yeah. So let's get started. The main reason, well, let me say this first, that this episode of the podcast will be the last episode that will be broadcasting live on Facebook. We're going to be totally switching it over to YouTube. So we have a YouTube channel that we would like everyone, if you are a visitor of this podcast, please go to our YouTube channel, subscribe and comment and like our shows. Yolanda already in it, boy. She's talking about cancel the Mexican parade. We haven't even started yet, man. Slow down.
Well, I think they have. I think they are rescheduling.
No, one of them is, and one of them is still going.
Okay. Is that the one in Little Village?
I think so. And then the one that was in Waukegan or somewhere else, that's the one that's canceled.
Okay.
Wow. But we're going to be switching over to YouTube. So it won't be on Facebook anymore. So you guys will be looking for the link for Facebook and to view it on Facebook. Sorry, it won't be on there. Please, again, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell so you can get notifications when the show goes live or any updates. And okay, that's about it. We're going to get right into this. Trump is sending National Guards. I was watching a video earlier today on YouTube, and Governor Pritzker, and he had Mayor Johnson behind him. He did a press conference, and he was talking about how Trump is just doing what he wants to do. He's just he ain't communicating with the state, the governor. He's not communicating with the mayor. He's not giving them any information when they coming, where they're going to be, anything. You know, we were going to have a show tonight, and we were going to be talking about domestic violence. And I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute, Trump's sending these troops. We need to know what to expect, because ain't nobody really telling us. Well, I don't watch the news, so I'm not getting any information. You guys probably get more information than I do because you do watch the news. But there's a video, it's like a 2-minute video, I think, that I want to share with you guys, because we need to know what to expect. And what do we need to know about all this? We don't know how to deal with the National Guards. And then he's sending ICE too, And I'm hearing that these people, they can pull you over. You could be driving to work, and they can just pull you over at random and stop your car and interrogate you at will. But what rights do we have? So let's check out this video real quick. All right. Let's see. Where's my share screen? And there we go.
Hi, My name's Barb Graham, and I'm an attorney at Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of Milwaukee in the Refugee and Immigration Services Program. This is a video about knowing your rights if Immigration and Customs Enforcement approaches you. All people living in the United States, including the people who are undocumented, have certain rights under our United States Constitution. If you're undocumented, and Immigration and Customs Enforcement, what we often think of as being the immigration police, stop you on the street or stop you in a public place, know that you have these following rights. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to speak to an immigration officer. You do not have to answer any questions. You may ask if you are free to leave. If the officer says no, you may exercise your right to remain silent. If you are asked where you were born or how you entered the United States, you may refuse to answer. You may refuse to remain silent. If you choose to remain silent, however, you must say so out loud. You may show a Know Your Rights card to the officer that explains that you will remain silent and wish to speak to an attorney. You may refuse to show identity documents that say what country you are from. Do not show any false documents and do not lie. You may refuse a search if you are stopped for questioning but are not arrested. You do not have to consent to a search of yourself or your belongings, but an officer may pat you down or pat your clothes if the officer suspects that you have a weapon. You have the right to speak to a lawyer. If you are detained or taken into custody, you have the right immediately to contact a lawyer. Even if you do not have a lawyer, you may tell immigration officers that you want to speak to a lawyer. If you have a lawyer, you have the right to talk to that lawyer. If you have a signed DHS form called a G-28, which is basically a form that says that you have a lawyer, you may give that to the officer to speak to your lawyer. If you do not have a lawyer, ask an immigration officer for a list of pro bono lawyers. You also have the right to contact your consulate. The consulate may be able to assist you in locating a lawyer. You can refuse to sign any or all paperwork until you've had the opportunity to speak to a lawyer. But if you choose to sign something without speaking to a lawyer, be sure you understand exactly what the document says and exactly what it means before you sign it. If you want more information about your rights, or if you want to learn what you might be eligible, what kind of immigration benefits you might be able to receive, speak to a reputable immigration lawyer. You can go to the American Immigration Lawyers Association to connect with a lawyer in your area.
All right. So as you can see, we do have rights. One thing that it didn't ask, a question that I have, is that a lot of times I notice when police pull you over, they tell you to get out of the car. I don't think they can make you get out of the car unless you're being charged with something. But I don't know. Now, you guys, tell me what you think about this thing, Trump sending these National Guards and ICE into Chicago. He already did it in Washington. I don't know what happened in Washington. I know I've heard that crime went down in Washington. That's what they said. I haven't heard from anybody that lived in Washington that actually said that crime went down. But what do you guys think about that? Him sending these troops into the city of Chicago. Kim, what you think?
I think this is all political and it's personal because him and JB are going at it, and he don't like the fact that JB does not bow down to him like all the other ones do, and he don't like nobody to challenge him, and that's what they're doing. They're challenging his authority. He doesn't like that. Now, when you say you bring in the National Guards, like you say, you don't listen to the news, but the National Guards are not coming into crime infested areas. They're going to be downtown, only around the federal buildings, federal things that's dealing with federal, like the Federal Reserve banks, the federal prisons, the federal courts, like that. They're not going to be where the crimes are truly happening. Trust and believe that. And that's what happened in DC and LA. Last night on Jimmy Kimmel, he was saying that, Nancy Nome saying, yes, crime went down, restaurants. They said restaurants are not getting any money because nobody's going out to eat. Because guess what? You got all these troops in the downtown area. They're not in where the crimes are happening. And then trust while these troops are here, crimes, they go still be reporting crime. And I hate that the media is concentrating on this, scaring people with the scare tactics. Because I don't know if you heard, he said he might send it to New Orleans because they want the troops in New Orleans. He might not send it to Chicago. So you playing game because guess what? The media is feeding into his madness. If they stop talking about it and informing the people what they do. Now in your video, she was saying you have all of these rights, but these troops are not giving these people, these ICE agents are not giving these people their phone call. They're not telling them, well, they're just taking them into custody. They don't have nothing to say. So it's like what you're saying sounds good, but that's what's happening. Because who's walking around with their attorney, and most of the time people don't have no immigration attorney. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
tell the truth. Tell these people what they really need to hear. Stay in your house. Don't come outside.
I totally agree with you, Kim. And here's part of the problem. When you see video clips of what went on in LA when he sent them there, what went on in DC, what they aren't showing us is the abuse of power that they're
Mhm.
allowing them. So
Yep.
when you let any and everyone, you give them a badge and tell them, hey, you can do this, or this is your job, do it however, guess what? Then the people that are targeted, and those are the Black and brown people, are the ones who are going to be, um, we're going to be jailed, we're going to be beaten, we're going to be brutalized in some fashion. Now, women in um, DC, I saw quite a few reports where they were showing some of these people. I don't know if it was the National Guard. I'm not going to say it was the National Guard, but some of the people that he has given the ability to police, they were going into people's cars without warrants. They were just going, walking through the neighborhoods, going into these Black women cars, stripping them. Like, what are you doing that for? Clearly, you aren't looking for an immigrant.
Right.
If breaking and entering in someone's car, they were causing damage to stuff. And now they're saying, okay, well, we have had this amount of arrest in DC. Well, come on, people. Let me tell you, one problem is if they come here, their whole goal is to, one, get as many of these people out of here as they can, immigration wise. And all of that sounds great when she's on the, telling you you have the right. Well, right now, what your basic rights are not being reviewed, and they aren't doing the steps that they're supposed to. So you can go and say, well, I want to speak to my lawyer all you want, but what we're finding is as soon as they grab these people up off the street, by these people I mean the immigrants, as soon as they grab them off the street, they're throwing them in different states. People aren't hearing from their loved ones for weeks, not knowing, and here's the sad part about this: it almost mimics slavery,
Yeah.
because we were ripped from our families and we didn't
Yeah.
know where each other were. We didn't know if we were alive.
Yeah.
We didn't know if we were in some other state. So all of this is happening again. And it appalls me that they act like they forgot that he had these people in cages his last term, literally
Mhm.
in cages like wild animals. This alligator Alcatraz, that's like totally inhumane. But they don't care because the people that they're throwing in there don't look like them.
Right.
So
Mhm.
it's like if you don't look like the people that are behind all of this, they don't care. You're animal in their minds. But all of this where they're telling you you have these rights right now, this is a person that's trying to break the Constitution. So
Yeah.
tell me, does he
Destroy
care
it.
about rights? They
Mhm.
have shown where I think it was LA. They found that it was unconstitutional for him to go there when he did. But guess what he said? Well, he doesn't care. He's still coming to Chicago.
Mhm.
What is that? You know that they just told you what you did was unconstitutional, so you just gonna keep going everywhere you want to go. And this is all about politics. This is about, I told you to do something, you didn't do it. So now he wants to be somebody's daddy in a sense, and now you're going to be a bad child. I'm going to spank you if I can. Because when you look at the statistics of crime, you know they keep telling us how all these cities, the crime is down, and they all have something in common, like black and brown people in control, or they're either blue states. Well, we aren't even, Chicago isn't one of the top 15 on the list that came out for 2025. We aren't even one of the top 15 of the deadliest cities in the US. And for people who live in Chicago and say, oh, we need this, what we have to realize is what we're getting is going to be a lot of people in jail. And what's going to happen when it's time to vote if they start slapping you with felonies? You won't be able to vote. If they get you up out of here for immigration, you won't be able to vote. And what's going to happen? All those black and brown votes are going to go bye-bye.
But
Hey,
I'm sorry, Taryn, go ahead.
go ahead.
I was gonna say before, I think when Lori was in office, and I think Trump was in office too, right? Then they bring the National Guards here, and guess what happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. And they were patrolling downtown. Again, crimes were still happening in the crime infested areas. So again, you did all that to say what? Nothing. Nothing changed. He did bring the National Guards here. They made a big hoorah over it. This, and that. And again, nothing happened. Nothing. And it's like these people, these troops are just walking around doing nothing, picking up trash out of the parks. Because that's federal.
Exactly. And it's because he's got rid of half of the workers in those jobs. So now do something, because we don't have these people in those jobs anymore. You need to be doing something. So go pick up the trash.
Right. That's what they're doing, picking up trash in the parks. And he took over DC because DC is federal. So you can do that. You can do that in DC. So don't act like you did something, because you really didn't. Because they were patrolling Amtrak. Really? What's happening at Amtrak? Nothing. Don't have no bomb threats. But you got people in Minnesota shooting up innocent kids, schools. Why they not there? Why they not patrolling these mass shootings?
Zero.
Well, in Chicago, they put it out that there was all these killings that just recently happened.
And you know what? And I think they were sent here to do that. See, he's sending these people to stir up chaos in these cities that he's talking about, so he have a reason to send in these troops. If you really think about it, 50 people shot, really? People are sent in to do all this to create the chaos.
That's the key, because 20 people shot in Chicago. 20 people out of how many people in Chicago? What's the population in Chicago?
Millions.
25. Like 20 people, that's good, because like a few years ago, we were looking at something worse.
I mean, because I'm really looking at this, and it really appears as if, it's like you said, Kim, it's political, because he's only going to blue states doing this. It seems like.
And the states that the governors are challenging him. He's not in Pennsylvania. He's not in Michigan? It was blue. Because remember, during this election, pretty much all the states turned red except for a couple of those states.
And that was, I believe,
Pennsylvania did flip red, which I thought that was really strange. The whole map is red, just about. So yeah,
when they start doing, it's going to be even worse.
Hey, Will, welcome to the show, man. What do you think about this thing, man? Trump sending the troops and ICE to Chicago. What's your take on it? Oh, is
Like
Will
Will
froze?
frozen.
You froze, Will.
Wow. But you know what? And he'll probably get unfroze in a minute. But I also heard that they can take you to jail if when they pull you over, you have a warrant, or if you don't have a valid driver's license, if you don't have insurance, if your license has been suspended,
They can do that
if
now.
your huh?
They can do that now.
But now
No,
they're
but what I'm saying, they can pull you over at will when they come in, ICE in the National Guard. They could just look in the car and say you don't look right. And they can pull you over, and you can have a warrant because now check this out. Now I didn't know this. If you don't have all the family don't even know where you are, you
Nope.
know, you just going to work, and all this crap has happened. You back with us, Will?
he froze
Will?
again. And then why aren't they telling the people, like, if you arrest me in Chicago for immigration issues, why would you send me to Louisiana or send me to another state? Why can't you just keep everybody that you arrest in these states in those states?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Like that's so crazy.
And it's funny
Like you
how
said, it's like a slavery thing. Take you to a whole nother state where nobody knows where you are.
And then what will happen if these people who are undocumented? They'll disappear, and who knows? They might be found floating in the bayous or something. You just never know. You can't trust anything.
and I don't trust anything. And it's funny how he's being challenged on every move he's making, and he does not care. Now he's threatening the Supreme Court, trying to strong arm them
Because they aren't agreeing with him. Anytime you don't agree with him, it's a problem.
And I hate that these elected politicians, they're feeding into his rhetoric, and it's not right, to his madness.
Now, Kim, you said we should just stay in the house. Now, anybody can stay in the house. Huh?
I'm talking about the migrants. Well,
you're talking about
the
the
migrants. It's just the even Hispanic. They're targeting Hispanics, Mexicans, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them they've been here for like years, and now they scared they can't even go make their money.
Let me tell you why this is all BS. It's all BS because supposedly you were going after all the criminals, but you don't know these people are criminals because you're taking down little children coming from school, parents going in and out of stores. Like recently at family court over there off of Canal, they have went in there and arrested like women that were at court for domestic violence cases. So
I heard about that.
If those women were in danger, you just really put them in danger.
Yeah.
Because now, or let's say they were trying to get, some type of support for not only them, but their children too. Now, if you pull them and snatch them off the street, who's taking care of their kids if they have kids? See, you don't care. And then if that man, let's say that one of the men were saying, I'm going to kill you and the kids. Now, you got a free shot to get the kids and do something to the kids because the mom's not there to protect them. Not that, but that's a whole different system. I was going to say not that always works, but, tell me what you were thinking going into domestic violence court, grabbing women.
It's like they got to make numbers, and it's like I think he promised to deport so many people, so he's just trying to meet that quota. Because now they're saying that the job market is not good. the economy is not good like he claiming it is. And they saying now, and I read something that the Republicans are trying to do everything to mask his failures because he pretty much fell in his presidency.
But don't they always?
Everything he has done has either been illegal or has not gone the right way. Like with these terrorists, where's the money? These countries are saying, okay, we'll just go to another country. We don't need the U.S.
Mhm.
But you
Well,
want
I
to
mean,
keep saying that you made these deals. You didn't do anything for us.
is he really failing though, or is
Yeah,
he
because
on
you're not
his
bringing in
agenda?
the money. You're not bringing in the money. Like he sat down how many times with Putin and Zelensky? And guess what Putin was? In China. With China president, King Kun, North Korea president, and I think
Oh
the
yeah,
president of India. They over there
Mhm.
making deals without you, partner. So
and
what happened to
saying
that
he want
deal?
to
You
tell.
saying he
Go
said he
ahead.
ended 7 wars. What wars you ended? Because the Russia's still bombing um Ukraine.
Mhm.
Israel and
And,
Gaza still fighting. What wars you ended? You had all of these
And,
meetings and nothing came of them. They still fighting. So again, you're not doing anything but making yourself look bad. But the media is feeding into you because they're giving you the attention. If they stop giving him attention, he's not gonna like that. See,
so,
he
but
putting these
okay,
people. Did y'all see the 2 black women from Chicago? On the well, you say you don't watch the news, but it was 2 black women had on the red
I feel
shirts
like I feel like
making.
knocking it closed right now. I feel like just taking my computer, shutting it on that.
So it's like he put people in place to make him look good. Cause they begging for me. No, we're not begging for you. They want me there, just like New Orleans. They want me to come, so I might send them to New Orleans instead. I don't know.
But remember, the
now,
people from Chicago was begging him to come. Remember, the black women from Chicago wanted him to come.
Right. And now you got Willie Wilson talking about some bring the troops. Dude, really?
well,
Really?
really, Willie Wilson, he with them anyway.
Right.
That's a whole nother story there. You don't need to be saying that. But I mean, if what can we do about this? Now they're only going to be here, from what I understand. They're only going to be here for 30 days.
Because
After
that's all
30
they
days,
can.
right?
How you gonna stop crime in 30 days?
It's something bigger than that. See, because he
Right.
played.
It's not about crime. It's not about crime.
But the
If
way
he
he's
stayed
talking, it's about the crime.
31 days, he has to pay them all of their benefits. If he gets them out in 29 days, no benefits for them. And that's a slap in the face for those reservists. Because what he did and what he plans to do, if he keeps people there longer than that, he plans to have them there for 29 days, then say, okay, send them home and then bring in some more. So now you got a whole new batch. So it's like starting it over again. So I'm going to keep the people any way I can. That's basically the same way he does business and has always done business.
But he's rich. He done made so many millions of dollars for his trust. But you bankrupting America.
Well, he's running America like he ran his businesses. Tell me one
With
successful
lies,
in bankruptcy.
with finessing people.
I'm hearing that he wants to change the rules where a president can sit longer than 2 terms.
That was
Because
a
he
joke.
wants it to benefit him. He don't care about anybody else.
Because those other countries, those presidents been sitting for years. Like Putin, I think he got 20 years, and China president got years, and North Korea, he ain't going nowhere. Cause they talking about now his daughter might be next in line. So it's like a monarch. You got the prince or the
And
queen.
that
So it
seems
stays
like
within the
that's what he
family.
wants. That's what he wants. here
Right.
in America.
Right.
You know,
Well,
you know
I'm
that's some
not going for that.
that's some Hitler stuff there.
But
You know,
wouldn't it
I've
be
always said he's the modern day
with
Hitler.
all of that and the people said bring back Obama?
I don't know why people act like Obama did so much for us. He ain't do nothing for us.
But again, you got to understand something. Obama didn't have the House or the Senate. He couldn't do nothing. He was shut down on both ends. They shut him down. He didn't get a chance to do anything until the second term when we got control, when the Democrats got control of the House and the Senate. And that's when things started moving.
Mm-hmm.
But see, you got to understand something. If you don't have the control of the House or the Senate, the president can't do anything. And that's why Trump trying to get these additional seats for this midterm election, because that'll give him more power. But
Mm-hmm.
the people are not even his base is going for this, so they're flipping those seats because they just said in Iowa a Democrat just took control of that Senate seat, which was Republican. People are upset now, so guess what? He's trying to rig this system to where they can get more seats so that they can give him more room to move, because he know in his midterm election if he lose either the House or the Senate, he can't do anything because they're gonna shut him down.
You know, Americans, we get so caught up in Republican versus Democrat.
It's about what's right.
Because they don't want to, deal with him, and he isn't moving the way they figured he would move when they supported. Right. That's why they're flipping. And, at the end of the day, if you flip like that, that means I'm not about being a Republican. I'm not about being a Democrat. I'm about being real. I'm about being right. And I hope
right now what he's doing is not right.
He plays with people and tries to instill fear.
Yeah. By withholding the federal funds, knowing that these states need the money. And guess what? He got control of it. He says, like with the FEMA, they said, yes, Illinois can declare a disaster, but it's up to the president to release those FEMA funds. And guess what? He's not going to do it because he don't like Illinois. He don't like Pritzker. He wants Pritzker to bow down to him.
He got rid of a lot of FEMA departments. So good luck on getting that money anytime soon. Mm-mm. If he likes your state or not.
So basically, we just got to suffer for 30 days with Trump trying to make Pritzker kiss his ring.
Basically, bow down to him.
And Pritzker got as much money as he do.
Just as much. That's why he's not bound. That's why he's not bound down.
That's what's so crazy. He talks crazy about him and his family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Want to body shame him. Dude, you just as fat.
Bigger.
So like,
bigger. He's just taller, so it doesn't look. Yeah.
Right. I feel sorry for these people who are going through here, because some of them literally are living a normal life. They're doing their due diligence, but it's like they're being a pawn in this game, because once you go after them, what's the next nationality you're going to go after? Why are you messing with the Mexicans? Or the immigrants, as you call them, people who are here illegally. You know how many people are here illegally? You know how many people?
Well,
Africans. You got Italians, Polish. A lot of nationalities are here illegally. But why go after them?
He's not allowing them to come in until he gets.
They're already here. They already here.
He's not allowing anyone else in for like the Africans, except for those few South Africans that he wants. But it's all crazy. It's all gonna catch up.
Hitler had a thing for the Jews. Trump's seemed like his thing is for the Hispanics that are coming in.
Because he's not messing with the Puerto Ricans. It's the Mexicans.
Oh, but believe me, he
don't know the difference. Remember, because he was talking crazy to them about Puerto Rico.
No, but it's a little different.
Bad Bunny thought he was Mexican, or didn't know his name.
It's a little different though. simply because Hitler went for the Jews first, but he didn't just stop at the Jews. You see what I'm saying? He was trying to dominate the whole world, you know. But
create his
but
own.
and right. And see, in Trump, he's doing the same thing. He's making it seem like the problem is the migrants and black folks, Jews, everybody is agreeing. Oh yeah, the migrants work, because first they forced them on us, and then all of a sudden now here come Trump. He gonna save the day. You know, it's almost just like COVID.
It's all part of their plan.
You know, COVID caused the problem, and here come Trump with his stimulus package as he the savior.
No. Wait a minute. That stimulus package. Nancy Pelosi pushed that. Trump didn't want to do nothing when COVID came out because they said Obama had a plan in place. Trump closed his eyes to it when they first got here, and when it got out of control, that's when he wanted to do something. And Nancy said, "No, we're gonna have to give these people some money because they've been out of work." She pushed that, and guess what? They had control. The Democrats had control. She pushed for that stimulus, and then Trump said, "No, I want to put my name on it," so to make it seem like he did it. No, she pushed that money.
Yes, remember he even wanted to be able to have his name on the check.
Right. But she pushed that money through. She said, "No, we're going to give these people this money." So Trump didn't do jack, but having the people thinking, "Oh, Trump gave us some money." No, Trump just put his name on there and sent you a bogus letter with it. Dude, you closed your eyes to this virus. Telling people to inject themselves with bleach.
On one of our other shows, we kind of touched on it, the ability to be able to think critically. How the people lack that nowadays. If people still thought more and listened less, it would move better. And no one would have to tell you how to think or feel about something or to believe something that you heard. Oh, the president said, we believe it because the president said it.
No.
And won't do no homework to go find out if he's lying to us. Because, Lord, he never lies to us, right? Never told us the U.S.
That's like George Washington, the biggest lie they ever told.
So it's
biggest liar.
Like you said, people, we cannot, and I'm so sick of but you got to watch the news because you got to know what's going on. But it's like every 2 seconds they're talking about this. You forcing this fear into the people.
And that's
Instead
what they're
giving
doing.
them the tools that they need. Stop pushing this fear. And that's what he wants. He wants the media to push his fear so people can be afraid.
And when
people are afraid, they don't think. They just act out of fear.
He started trying to sue everybody in the media whenever they said something he didn't like. So now they're scared to say anything about him because they're scared he's going to sue them.
Yep.
Well, we got some things that people need to know. If you're stopped by the police or ICE or the military on the street, you can ask, am I free to go? Or am I under arrest, basically? Because if you're not under, well, first you probably would ask, am I under arrest? And then if they say, no, you're not under arrest, we just pulled you over because we wanted to check you out, and things didn't look right. Oh, and I also want to say this too. Just because weed is free, I mean not free, but it's legal in Illinois, if they pull you over and they smell weed in your car, they still can pull you out your car and say you're suspicious and search your car and all that good stuff.
Really?
Oh yes. Just because weed is legal, that don't mean that if they pull you over and you roll the window down and all that weed smoke come out, they have what they call it, some kind of intent or something to that effect, where reasonable doubt. There it is. Reasonable doubt.
I know this might be off topic, but so you're telling me if they pull you over So they could, it's just like if you're drunk, if they feel that you're intoxicated and you cannot drive, they can take you into custody. Because
Yes.
if you're under the influence, you know what I'm saying? So you cannot
Yes.
drive, right? Oh, wow.
Exactly. It's
Did not know
just
that.
like DUI. It's kind of like DUI, but it's not DUI, right? But it's on the same premise, you know.
And don't think if they find weed on your person that you can't go to jail, because it's a certain amount you have to be under to avoid pretty much just a slap on the wrist. Anything
But
above a certain
yes,
amount,
but
you can take.
but it gives them a reason to pull you out, search your car, you know, and run your information to see if you got any warrants or anything. You know, if you got if you didn't go to child support court or something to that effect, they'll take
That's
you.
crazy.
You see what I'm saying? See, again, it's two and threefold. It ain't just the Mexicans or the Hispanics that he's after. He's after the black people too, just going to work. I heard about regular people in Washington was being arrested going to work. They on their way to work and they pulled them over. Or they had these things called checkpoints where the National Guards is just stopping cars at a stoplight and things of that nature, and just running people's information. And if you got anything that they can take you in, that's how they got all those people arrested in Washington.
Yeah.
Through these checkpoints, and people were just riding up. They didn't know they had a warrant. The guy didn't know that he had a warrant out for his arrest because he didn't go to child support. You know, this person didn't know that they license plate was suspended because they insurance expired and this and that. You know, and so now a lot of people are gonna be going to jail, and so we need to know our rights here. So it says, check this out. All right, it says if yes, then calmly walk. Do not run. And that's the main thing we need to know. The National Guard is not like the police. They will shoot you in the back. If you run from them, they will shoot you. Ain't no chasing you down like the police. They will shoot you. Because that's what they do. They kill people. Say if you're stopped, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right not to share your immigration status. You can say, I wish to exercise my right to remain silent, or I will not answer any questions without first speaking to my lawyer. You can also say, I do not consent to a search. An officer can pat down if they have reasonable suspicion. See, these are the words that they use. Reasonable. What's reasonable suspicion?
Right.
Well, you look funny. You look like you might. What do look got to do with it? But that's reasonable suspicion. You are armed. Oh, that's another thing you got to think about too. These concealed carry licenses people driving around in your car, being big bag MFer. You know, these National Guards will blast you. So you better let them know you got a concealed carry. Show them your information. You better have your information on you.
You know what? So I think they're trying to put a little fear in our heart about the National Guard, because I've never really seen them get out of control with people like that. That's these other people running around here.
These ICE agents.
Yeah, I'm this is true, but you have to understand too that you have to understand what the National Guard is as well. You know, they fight wars. They don't come in arresting people for vagrant crimes and this, that, and another. You know, that's not what they're about. Again, that's probably why they're not going to be in the community. Like you said, they're going to be downtown somewhere protecting all of the valuable properties and things. You know, you ain't going to be running no cars up in no store downtown, you know, because National Guard down there now, right?
That's another reason why Chicagoans in any state where people are saying, oh, we want them to come, bring them on in. People who feel that way should take all this into consideration. It's not like they're just going to come in and stand on the corner and people are going to go left or right. No, this is extreme policing. And that's what you should see it as. And it's no different from when we were younger and saw like the sci-fi movies, and not the sci-fi, but the movies that were futuristic, and you see them living in police states and everybody running and ducking and hiding and being targets. That's what he's trying to turn this into. So this is like Mad Max Beyond 2025.
Yeah.
Live and uncut.
Yeah. It's just amazing, boy. Look at this. It says physically resisting an officer. Now the officers that's going to be dealing with us are these ICE agents.
Right.
You know.
Because the police, the mayor and the governor said stand down. The police would not assist them. So they on their own. Chicago police is not assisting them.
So they're saying resisting these officers is illegal and can lead to federal and state criminal charges, even if the stop or the arrest is illegal.
Now,
that make any sense? Does that make any sense?
Get you one way or another.
Right.
Yes.
So there's no win for the people.
Will's back. You sideways, Will. How you do that? Oh, your phone sideways?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Welcome back, stranger.
Yes, sir. Okay, yeah. But that is crazy. Saying that. So I guess what they're saying now is that if they tell you to get out the car and you say, I don't feel safe getting out the car, and they drag you out the car and you resist in some way or another, that they can charge you with criminal, federal, or state criminal charges.
Those will be federal charges.
So basically, they say they can just make up stuff.
Yeah.
Just make up stuff. So be careful out there. And I'm hearing people saying, when you driving or if you walking, have your thumb on your camera button.
Yeah.
Yep.
Record everything, because it's not illegal to record them.
And
but you know what? They're attacking you if they catch you recording. They attack you and they'll snatch your phone. They don't want you recording them.
Yes, but it's not illegal. You see what I'm saying?
Not. But the agents don't want you recording them because they saying that it's for their safety. You putting their safety at risk.
Yeah, whatever.
If they were doing things the right way, they wouldn't worry about that, because for all of these years, agents have been going in without all these masks, because this is a bad idea for them, because in cities where they claim crime is so bad, what happens when regular people start dressing up like ICE agents? Doing crime too.
Well, the most important thing to remember is that they're only here temporarily. They're only here to restore order.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 30 days. They only got 30 days.
Right.
How you can restore order in 30 days?
So the question is, can we follow directions for 30 days?
No.
Yeah, but that's the National Guard. ICE agents can be here as long as he allows them to be.
Well,
these are the ones that's causing all the problems.
ICE don't bother me. I'm here. I'm supposed to be here. So.
But see, that's the thing, Will.
Oh, they've been messing with black people too.
They can. If they can pull you over, because you got dreads, and say, okay.
Yeah.
What they call it, profiling.
You look like a Jamaican criminal.
Yeah.
Right. And pull you
Jamaican
over.
warlord.
and if you resist, or if you got some kind of warrant, or you didn't go to court or whatever, they can take you and lock you up.
They make up things every time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Now look. Now I didn't know this. They're supposed to be going door to door.
Who?
ICE.
Wow.
If
into your home.
If they come to your home, now these are your rights. If they come to your home, You have the right not to open your door unless
People
you
got
see a
Ring cameras
valid warrant.
now. I'm not answering that though.
Now, unless you see a warrant. Now, understand this too. Well, I guess they're going to go into it. Say, first, you can ask, do you have a warrant? If they say yes, ask the officer to slide the warrant under the door or hold the warrant up to a window or a peephole. Now, you know, some people have your door and then they have that screen door or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Lock your screen door.
Yep.
And make them hold the warrant up. And then this is another thing too. Make sure, they finna go into it. That's the next thing. Look at this note. It says, ICE officers need a warrant signed by a judge to enter your home. Other officers.
Oh, go ahead.
Huh?
Sorry.
Other officers need a search warrant signed by a judge to come into your home. Now, they say that these ICE officers, they can sign warrants. They sign warrants too. But if it's not the signature of a judge, then they don't have the right to come into your house. So you have to really pay attention to that to make sure that the signature on this warrant is of a judge and it's in the position. You know how they have judge and then they sign their name, but then you might see in the area where it says officer, and the officer's name is signed there, and you think that the warrant is good because the officer's name is on there. No, that's not a valid warrant. It's got to be with a judge's signature. Just so we know. What was you gonna say, Ness?
Oh, I was gonna say, don't tell people to open their screen doors and stand between the screen door and the regular door because they will break the screen doors. It's almost like the cars. When they try to get people to comply the way they want them to, they've been breaking their windows and trying to pull out the cars. So I wouldn't suggest using a screen door. No.
Well, I mean, if your door doesn't have a peephole or some kind of window where you can see it, and maybe I don't know if I know with my door, you can't slide nothing into my door. You know, it's airtight.
Yeah, then they had to reach over and put it up to the window.
Right, stand in your yard. Hey.
Or put it on the porch and step back, and I'll open the door and get it and shut the door back real quick or something. You know. Now here's another one. Check this one out. Document the actions of officers and agents. That's what we was talking about. You have the right to film police, ICE, and military officers. Try to document the location, date, time, name, badge number, license plate number, types of vehicles, color of uniform, or plain clothes officers or agents. Now that I didn't know too. They're gonna have plain clothes ICE agents driving around.
They always do.
Rolling up on people, you know. So if you witness ICE activity, call whatever the hotline to report the incident. They have a number here. Uh-oh, I went through the wrong way.
So that hotline number, is that for the state or that's a federal hotline number?
I think that's a federal. I think it's a federal hotline number, I believe.
Yeah, because that's
trust that.
855.
Yeah. Say if you witness misconduct by other federal law enforcement or police, call FDLA's hotline 1-800-LAW-REP4, and that's the number. So if you're watching this podcast, you can pause this video, take a picture of this with your phone so you can have these numbers handy.
I think we should post all of them in the comments afterwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Thank you. That's a great idea. All right. So now there are organizations that have been have come together to kind of help us to understand what's going on and help kind of get us in the right mindset as to what we can do while this crap is going on. It's called No Trump, No Troops Community, Know Your Rights Training. There's one on the west side. And again, we're going to put all this information into the comment section of this video. Time, Saturday, September the 6th. What's today's date?
The 5th. I mean,
So
the
that's
4th.
tomorrow.
The 4th. Yeah,
No,
the 5th
no,
is
this
tomorrow.
is Saturday. Yeah, it must be the 4th. This is this coming Saturday at 10 a.m., 10 to 12, and it's going to be at St. Michael's Missionary Baptist Church, 4106 West Monroe. This is on the west side. Now they have the same training on the south side. That's going to be Sunday, the 14th, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Go Green Griot Pizzas, 1201 West 63rd Street. If you need to know your rights, I suggest we all need to know our rights. I suggest if we have time, we need to show up at these training sessions. Her ring notification been going off with people reporting ice on. Oh, the ice on the street already?
Yolanda.
Is the ice on the streets already? Now, today? Is that what you're saying? Bam.
She's probably gonna respond back.
She's probably typing now, yeah. Okay, again, to report police and National Guard misconduct. First Defense Legal Aid Hotline. Now, this is a very important number. You should have this in your phone. We're gonna put this in the comment section again at the end of the video. In the video, this is a free legal lawyer number. You can call this number and get a lawyer for free.
Oh, that's good.
Here's another one down here.
They got
if you're arrested,
If
you are arrested or in police custody, Cook County Public Defenders Arrest Response Hotline. They have a hotline. Make sure you get these numbers now. All right, I think that's all we got to show. So, Will, you weren't able to kind of share with us what you thought. You kind of came on a little late. So kind of
take us out.
Give us a little wind up about this situation and what you feel about it and what you think about it.
It's a shame that we've come to this point. I understand everybody's outraged, but if we as a people would learn how to conduct ourselves responsibly, we wouldn't need this kind of input from anybody, the president, anybody. Mm-hmm. So we have to take some accountability for ourselves, our actions, and I'm not talking about average, everyday Joe and Jane public. I'm talking about the people that hang out all night, in spots that we see reported on the news every day, every other day, every week. We have to have more responsibility for our actions and start acting like real adults. To stop putting ourselves in situations where we need oversight. That's kind of my 2 cents.
Oh, so I see where you're coming from. It's so messed up, man. This whole society is messed up, and I know that we're looking at some things, and we can easily, there are a lot of people that can easily say, well, we were manipulated, or even you have rappers that say, well, made in America, whatever we are, we was formed and made here in America.
Right.
But again, the thing is, there has to be a line drawn in the sand. We got to take sides. And unfortunately, because of the actions of a few, the masses of the people are under this same kind of siege because of it, And so, like Will said, we just got to survive these 30 days. Whether that means following the instructions. And see, and I don't have a problem following the instructions of an ICE agent or the National Guard or anything like that. as long as they're being respectful, you know, and acting accordingly, I don't have a problem with them wanting to check my ID or this, that, and another. I'm in good standards, so I'm straight. You know, if you bogus as hell, you need to stay in the house.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know if you bogus, you know, stay your butt in the house, because if you go out, you can take a chance. You trying to get to that girl.
Get to that
You might
club.
not make it. You might not make it. I'm just saying. You know, I'm gonna have to talk to my son.
We have to just stop turning up for 30 days. Don't turn up for 30 days. You know?
Yeah, they're gonna have to just lay low, you know, and like ride this little wave and ride it out, because it's getting crazy out here, y'all. Yeah, I agree, Bam. Great and much needed conversation.
Yep.
You know,
It was a good night.
I really do wish, well, I wish that it didn't have to be, and we didn't have to have a conversation like this. But as it stands, it is what it is, and
Right.
you know, I know, shoot, I be in the house anyway, unless I got a gig, you know, or like today, I went to get my car washed. I put some gas in my car, and I came home. That's it. I ain't going nowhere else, you know. And so let's give our closing thoughts, you guys.
Just like everybody said, just stay in the house if you don't have to be out there, and not to provoke none of these officers. Like you said, Tyrone, adhere to what they're telling you, and if you feel that you out here bogus, just stay away.
Stay home.
Yeah.
Stay home. I'm telling you, because how
Don't
things
make it
happen.
worse.
Yes, because they if you bogus, you know, 9 times out of 10, you might make it the first day. One day you go out there bogus, they might not get you, but you keep pushing it, they will get you.
Got.
Yeah.
Right.
Ness, what's your closing thought?
Act
Yeah.
responsibly.
So for me, and I want to say, not just to Black America, but to Black and Brown America. Right now, they're playing on the term woke because we know who we are and what our values are. So continue to stay woke. And I want to just leave on a quote that I came across a while back, and this was from an old Holocaust survivor as well as a Nobel Prize writer, Elie Wiesel. He said, "We must always take sides. Neutrality helps the oppressor, never the victim. Silence encourages the tormentor, never the tormented." So if you don't use your words, nothing will change. It only helps those that plan to hurt us. So stay vigilant.
Amen. Hey, thank you guys for being on here. Okay, yes. Thank you for being on here. We thank you for your comments. Who all do we have on tonight? We had Sasa, Bam, Katrina. She was on here. Bam, she's made a lot of comments, boy. All right, Miss Carter.
Tonight.
Miss Carter was on here. Darlene, I see you. Teddy. Teddy was on here. Elaine. Who else is on here?
There was someone on here that was saying we
I
must
saw
not
that.
be in Chicago. I was wondering.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to tell us where he was from.
Tyshonda, Peaches, she was on here. I don't know who that guy was, but he didn't respond after that. I guess once he saw that we all was from Chicago, he just shut the hell up and moved on. Who is Sister Vanessa? Damn, what are you talking about, girl? Sister Vanessa, your girl talking to you. All right, you guys, thanks for being on. And next week we got Dr. Sonia Oyola. Dr. Sonia Oyola is going to be back again. And the main thing she's going to be back is going to be a Q&A.
Okay.
So we're going to have everybody in the audience is going to have about 30 to 40 minutes to question, not comment, questions that you want the doctor to answer. So think about your questions for next Thursday, which you want Dr. Oyola to respond to. And she'll be here live from 8 to 9 next Thursday on the Transformation Institute. All right, so we thank you all for listening. We'll see you all again next Thursday, live right here. Until then, thinking for a change, all right?
Thanks for supporting our podcast. We look forward to see you next Thursday at 8 p.m. We also ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. The more subscribers we have, the more YouTube will push our podcast to more viewers. But until then, subscribe also for a peaceful mind. Your activity will reflect that peace.